Hello, you are up front with Frank Rothstein on the City World Radio Network, as well as on Sky's Crescent Radio. So that's 3 News, and I'm adjusting my headphones here because one of them is blaring. I don't know which one it is. Okay, no. I'm on 4. Okay, as I was saying, you can also find us on Sky's Crescent Radio at skyscrescentradio.com. That's with an E, S-K-Y-E-S. Yes, I can spell. Sitting with me as always, a woman that's taking over the world one podcast at a time. It is Jade Zabrick. So we're hanging out here. Last I checked, I'm a happy guy for the evening. The Mets were last I saw winning 8-3 over the Yankees. If that holds and they win, at least I'll have a dream and not a nightmare tonight. Oh, man, we got some music here. We have some really ridiculous stories this week. I don't know. I didn't feel like all that serious stuff. Hello, everybody on Live Me. Who's sitting there? I see Dawn is watching me. Hi, Dawn. And, yeah, this is a lot of nonsense. What happened? What are you showing me? What? 8-3. What?
You guys are still winning.
What did it say, 9-3? Ah, we got another run. 9-3. Look at that. You seem offended by this.
If any team is losing 9-3, that's horrible.
Well, it happens. An error will do that. And in baseball, it is an error that does that. Matter of fact, baseball is the only sport where you could not steal the ball and score. And it has no time limit because you get three outs per inning. So you could sit there for 36 straight hours and still be in the top of the first. That's all I know. Well, yeah. Unlike in Little League where they have the mercy rule, here we're adults. So anyway, what is going on in the world? Hello, there's John. How are you? How's everybody out there? Usually I have some serious stories. I think I have one here somewhere. I'll get to it eventually. But all right, let's get to the for the pot people out there, for the people who like to smoke and breathe it in, or put it in the vaporizer, or at least lace their barbecue with it. Of course, everything's from Associated Press for me. I love this. Sounds so official. Marijuana health claims lure patients as science catches up. And that was out of Seattle. That is, marijuana has been shown to help ease pain and a few other health problems. Yet 2/3 of the United States have decided pot should be legal what? Yeah, 2/3 of the United States possibly legal. Many other conditions with scientific backing. Okay, you need a little more help with that with a lot of the country. At least 1.4 million Americans are using marijuana for their health, according to the Associated Press analysis of states that track medical marijuana patients. Well, of course it helps. I mean, listen, from a basic perspective of common sense, ice helps. Anything that takes the edge off for a minute is a help. Marijuana has been proven to be helpful for medical reasons for decades. Decades. People ignored it, probably because the way people who smoked it presented themselves half the time. But for people who are really ill, who need a little relief here and there, and this has been a proven thing. And now with a variety of types of marijuana grown that people can actually understand to seek out, like a wine menu, life becomes easier. And if they're allowed to have it and it's legal in the state, which it should be, why not? Let's see. The evidence besides chronic pain, there's other evidence marijuana and or its ingredients can ease nausea, vomiting from chemotherapy, and help the symptoms of multiple sclerosis. So what does it say here? Several European countries have approved Sativex, a mouth spray containing THC and CBD for multiple sclerosis symptoms. That's great. That's great. Now I know what you get your friends for Christmas, especially the sick ones. And you'll probably be saving a lot of money based on the other crap you buy them. What? What? Sitting here hanging out and laughing at what I just said is, of course, Adrian from the Bronx, because he's just upset that his team's losing. He's good. He has an edge off right now because he's having a beer. It's cool. Hey, whatever works. Well, let's face it. How much do you think the average person, not the richest, not the poorest, the average person spends on a Christmas gift for someone?
Like how close? Like a regular person?
Well, someone you actually...
friend, a family member, 'cause it's different.
Okay, a good friend, a family member.
Yo,
What do you think? A close friend, a family. How much do you think people are worth?
Like 25. 30.
I'll say like 50.
Okay, you're going 50. How much does it cost to...
But it doesn't, like, that shouldn't matter. Like, if the gift is right, it's...
That's true.
Yeah.
But for the people who don't need anything anymore, they have enough sweaters, they have enough socks, they don't need it anymore. And especially if they're sick, isn't it better to buy this if it's roughly the same price, if however much or little you're getting of it?
Yeah.
I think so.
I read a story where like this old couple was like they were found with a whole bunch of marijuana, but their excuse was that it wasn't all for them. They were giving out Christmas presents.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I'm like, wait, what?
Listen, most people will sell it to you in a Ziploc bag. Wait, we're going to adjust Adrian's.
Okay. Thank you.
Tell me which one.
I don't know.
How about that?
Nope. I think it's number 3.
Put it halfway.
Talk.
Hello. Interrupting the show. Sorry.
Is that it? Everything interrupts my
Yeah,
show.
just put it halfway. Just put everything halfway. So
Well, okay, well, there's halfway now.
All right. I mean, I could hear you guys if I
halfway
do
is
this
up,
better.
is up.
Like, just straight up.
I know which way it is. I'm telling you, that's mine. I'm now loud. Wait. Are you on 4? No, I just killed myself on 4. And I'm killing myself. I'm getting louder on 3. How's it now?
That one. That's it.
Over there?
Yep.
Okay. You good? Louder?
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
He still wants to move it. Like, why
I gave him an option. Are you good?
It's
Good or
fine
move
there,
it up?
yeah. It's
He
fine
said,
there.
yeah. Okay, there you go.
It's great.
So anyway, pot usually comes in little Ziploc bags because they're easy to buy. Get one, throw a ribbon around it like you would a cigar, and be generous with your friends, especially if they have a condition and pot can help you out.
I got some in a Tiffany's box once.
Wasn't that nice?
It was great.
And you kept the box, didn't you? It's a Tiffany's box.
I don't have it anymore, but I did for a while.
Did you have a ribbon?
It did.
Did it look like a fancy and schmancy gift at one time?
It did. Yes.
Okay, there you go. You felt good. There you go. I think so. It's 9:11 right now. Let us see. I have no idea if the phones are working here because, well, we're going to find out which mic is holding the phones up tonight. This table's disheveled.
Do you need a phone call?
No, not yet. I don't think so, but okay. Well, anyway, it's 646-690-2976. Just in case one of these stories. 646-690-2976. The world is my prop. I use them all, and sometimes things happen. Much like this little... The problem we're having here, the microphones seem to be like all mixed up in where they are and what they're doing, and that's why I'm tripping over little black knobs. Anyway, that's one story. We do have music for you, but not at this moment. Let's get to something a little more ridiculous, and I think this is a very important brand of ridiculous. For some reason, and I got this from CNN, Justin Bieber has challenged Tom Cruise to a fight, and no one knows why.
Really? Nobody knows why?
I haven't heard why, and believe me, I look for this bullshit.
I heard about that.
You
Why?
know why?
The only thing that I saw after that is that like he's saying that if he doesn't fight me, then he's a punk.
But why?
That's the only thing that I know.
He's 26. Tom
Yeah.
Cruise is 56.
Yeah,
I know. Did you hear Diaz's Miro talking about it?
I
Is
did.
that why?
That's
okay.
why.
Yeah.
This
And then,
makes
like-
and he wants to
You
put him
are,
in the
like-
octagon for an MMA match. Well, we know that Justin Bieber trains all the time. He did a little training in
But
boxing.
what will he? What will? Okay. Justin Bieber only stands to lose if he loses. If he wins, he doesn't win anything. He beat up an old guy.
Well, if he wins, it's worse than if he loses
Why?
because he beat up Tom Cruise.
Yeah, there's no. It's like a lose-lose. Like, why would you beat up an old guy is not winning?
But I don't get why
when
he's
it comes
doing
to
this.
celebrities, we don't know what the reasons are, man.
Do they even
he-
know each other?
And he's not a Scientologist or
We
anything
don't
like
know.
that. Like, it's maybe.
It could be a publicity
If let me
stunt,
tell
man,
you, if
for all
he
we know.
lays one hand on Tom Cruise, who's like number 2 in Scientology, this
He's
kid's
going
got a
down.
lot of troubles.
like,
Yeah,
he's not.
this kid's got a ton of troubles going on. I don't think he quite understands this. All Bieber has, the Bieber only has a little bit of attitude. But, yeah, Tom Cruise, well, what, I'm wrong? He's the Bieber.
He's Ellen with attitude.
Huh?
Ellen with attitude. I like that.
Well, okay. Okay. But yeah, so he's called maybe. Well, too bad Saturday Night Live is off season. They can make fun of this all the time. But anyway, yeah. So maybe this will be signed for Vegas, and yeah, you'll be a punk. And Dana White is laughing. UFC fighter who got his ass kicked by Floyd Mayweather. Conor McGregor says he'll promote it. Okay, hey, I grew up in Brooklyn. What, you met in the parking lot? You met in the park, and that was it. And that was it. You settled it. I don't know what they can even talk to each other about. Do they even know each other? Maybe he was mad he wasn't in one of the many Mission Impossibles. Maybe Justin Bieber wants to hang 2 feet off a floor by a cable.
He doesn't need Tom Cruise to do that though. Like, what do they even know each other? Like,
I said, I don't know.
Like I said, when it comes to celebrities, who knows? Like, I see this as a publicity stunt.
but that's going nowhere.
Exactly.
That's going nowhere. Yeah, I'm
So,
sure Tom is laughing right now.
This right here, that's where it's going. Like, people
Yeah.
talking about it.
Where 2.5 people
Why?
are listening to me. Exactly, yes. So anyway, yeah, I think that's funny. Anyway, with that, because of this nonsense, I feel like playing a song. And that's just, what else is there? So anyway, I by the way, my music has a couple of Roy Orbisons, a few Playing for Changes. Morgan James is on there. Mickey Braden may be singing for us. Okay, anyway, I'm going with Playing for Change. Because after hearing this nonsense, I'm going with their songs around the world. And this is Gimme Shelter.
threatening my very life today. If I don't get some shelter, oh yeah, I'm gonna fade away. Oh, yeah, it's just a shot away. It's just a shot away. Oh, children, woo. It's just a shot away. 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 Even love my brother. It's just a kiss away. It's just a kiss away. Even love my brother. It's just a kiss away. 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 It's just some love away. Let's give some love away. Let's give some love away. Let's give some love away.
Oh, man, I don't even need these headphones. Okay, because I don't know what number I'm on. Let's see.
4.
Wow.
4. You're on 4.
You're sure?
It hasn't changed.
You're in charge. You said, what are y'all doing? And we keep hopping between two knobs.
The knobs aren't moving.
I know. I put them in one place. Okay. Anyway, 646-690-2976. This is why, hey, listen, I go along with any program I'm given, Sometimes it gets a little goofy. So anyway, what's going on from NBC News? Here's somebody who needs to be stabbed with a sharp slice of pasta. Special education teacher gives student with autism an award for most annoying. And I got this June 4th. I just didn't get to read it. An Indiana fifth grade teacher excuse me, let me start again. An Indiana fifth grader who has autism was given the most annoying male award by his teacher during a ceremony attended by classmates and the school faculty, according to the boy's father. Oh, man. Rick Castajon told the Times of Northwest Indiana that the awards luncheon last month for the students at Bailey Preparatory Academy in Gary, Indiana. Okay. When the special education teacher, there you go. There's an oxymoron. Presented his 11-year-old son with the trophy. Wow. Inscribed on the bottom of the award were the words, Bailey Preparatory Academy, 2018 to 2019, most annoying male. Yes?
That's horrible. Did you say barely? What was the academy?
Bailey.
Oh, Bailey.
Okay, so again, Castajon told the outlet that other students, teachers, and school principals, Kalita Royal, were present for the ceremony. He said he tried not to make a scene but left the award table, but that the teacher stopped him and his son and told him not to forget the trophy.
What?
Yes. Okay, I don't
That's
need to read any
horrible,
more of
yeah.
that.
Like,
Yeah,
what?
that's why that's why I play music on here, because the world is a stupid place. There are more. I mean, when I'm not kidding, I say this all the time. I would much rather deal with dogs and cats.
Nobody thought it was wrong. Like the teacher.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let me get to that part of it. Humiliated. Castajon says his son is nonverbal, occasionally rocks back and forth, and becomes easily emotional. So I have a feeling this kid does not understand. I don't know. It's probably the way to. Listen, we're falling apart in here. That's it. Okay, let's try the hell with it. So,
Don't touch it.
not the hell with it. So yeah. So Castajon said he and his family already have plans to move to another city, and his son will not be returning to school next year. And the teacher himself is probably on paid leave, or maybe, I don't know. It didn't get that far into it. I hate people. So pretty much you have, why not just wave your hand in front of the eyes of a blind kid? It's the same thing. This kid doesn't know what he's getting. I don't believe this. If he's not, he rocks back and forth. He's not emotional. The parents can be humiliated, but the kid, unless someone makes him understand, I doubt it. He thinks he's getting a trophy.
No.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, no.
But
I
I'm
think
going
he
with-
probably knows. He probably just can't. It doesn't mean that they don't understand. They can't communicate back. They probably know a lot more than they can communicate back, and that probably hurts
you're probably
a lot
right.
more because they
I'm
can't
hoping
communicate back.
For those 10 seconds or those 30 minutes, I hope he doesn't understand the thing.
Yeah.
That's all I could think of. What's up?
Water bottle.
Hi.
Blue.
This.
No, that's fine.
Just a blue water bottle.
The world is my prop, and as are the prior show's guests. Everyone belongs to me while I am on the air, and I use every last bit of it. Yeah. What else? Let's get back to this stupid shit, shall we? From The Independent. This was making its rounds around the internet and the school system. Live me, people. I would say I get better, but sometimes I'm doing just fine. These are the stories I got. This is what's going on in the world. Not everything is political. Not everything is sports related. And we all know the world's climate is changing. That's another story. So if it's a little bit hotter, a little bit sooner in California, and it is, too bad. Have an ice cream. From The Independent and many other sites, dodgeball is oppressive and dehumanizes people, a study claims. And that is, new research suggests that dodgeball, remember that game we used to play as kids with, you get that big ball in the gym and the big kids would throw it really hard at the little kids until it comes down to two people, which is usually the big kid. And now it dehumanizes and it's oppressive. Yes. I don't know. I got it. Yeah, we're just really having troubles here tonight. I'm bringing super glue next week and putting everything in its place. And leave. I didn't touch it. I got up. It was defective.
Picture with your hand on it.
If you were taking a picture, your phone won't be laying on its back.
I'm gonna take a picture so you can know that you're touching
Yeah,
it.
that way I can move it to where I want.
We're good. We're good.
She's
No
getting a bit.
No touching it.
Jade, the star of her show, Jade, the producer, is producing me right now.
Yes.
We're good, she says. Keep it up. Way to get better. Keep it up. Anyway, so it says here, the game which two teams compete by throwing a rubber ball at each other, about the size of a soccer ball, at each other in an attempt to out the other kids, teaches students to dehumanize and harm their peers, according to professors from 3 Canadian universities in a presentation at the Congress of the Humanities and Social Sciences in Vancouver. Jade?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really remember playing this game, but I remember seeing it on TV a lot. I don't think it dehumanizes people. Maybe we should watch out for the kids that are hitting so hard and take care of them and and make sure that they're not doing that versus the whole game as a whole. I don't know. Or do they not play that game anymore because of that?
I have no idea.
You probably played it when you were younger. I never
grew
played
up
it.
playing it.
I've never played it.
Now,
elementary
Adrian
and
and I,
middle school.
Adrian's about a half-inch taller than I am. We were both a little kid at some point, right?
Sure.
Wasn't it our job to get the shit kicked out of us by the bigger kid?
Yeah.
At times? Dodgeball in the gym?
I don't want to speak on such things, but yes.
Well, yeah, dodgeball. No one died. No one-
We survived.
I actually threw the ball one time. It went right through the gym teacher's little square window. I threw it perfect. I couldn't believe it. And I got out.
He's the reason why it's getting bad.
Well, it's because I didn't break a glass, but there was no pain there anyway. But yes, one time I got really lucky. I think I was in 8th grade, and I got out the bigger kid. And the object of the game, for those of you who don't know, and I'm sure right now, the game doesn't suck, Dawn. I'm looking at Live Me, and someone says the game sucks. You throw a ball back and forth. This is it. If the other kid across the court,
there's like multiple balls on the thing. Like,
but if you catch it, the kid who threw it to you is out. If
Yeah.
you drop it, it means it hits you, and you're out.
then like
This
you
is a
can
very
use a
simple
ball
rule.
to like deflect, a ball that they're
There
throwing
are
at you.
leagues
Yeah.
that play this.
Yeah.
So anyway, now we have, oh man, exploitation, marginalization, powerlessness, cultural imperialism, and violence. Oh man, it's tough to be a kid. Listen, I grew up. I remember playing Johnny on the Pony. You really want to torture a little kid? You ever play Johnny on the Pony? Okay, so here's the game. One kid holds on to a fence or two poles. He's just holding on. Next kid puts his arm around your waist. So you're holding yourself up. One kid comes up and puts his arm around your waist like he's going to give you, like he's going to try to attack you. So his head goes around your waist, arms are holding you, and this goes into a chain of how many people are on the team. The other team leapfrogs on top of your team until the kids fall. So pictures, yeah, that's just what it is. Johnny and the Pony. And
Okay.
Picture-
I think I've seen that in like old
Yeah.
school movies.
so picture like a kid, so it's played by kids mostly. So picture a 130-pound kid jumping on a kid who weighs 90 pounds. That's just pretty much what could happen. And yes, these were fun games. It is perfectly okay for a kid to get a little hurt once in a while. There's nothing wrong with a scratch. There's nothing wrong with a bruise. And if he comes home crying, what's the matter? I lost. Too bad. Get better next time. What?
Sure.
No?
Yeah. Like as long as nobody's dying, yeah.
No one's dying. Listen, do you ever play Bulldog or Red Dog? It's called, I believe it was Bulldog. 2 teams, 5, 6. How many kids break them up even on each side of a field? Because there's going to be some tackling. No, not tackling, but knocking kids down.
Yeah.
The idea is one kid comes running across. Everyone on each team is holding hands, locking arms. Holding hands, because that'll be a little room. One kid comes charging through. His job is to break through the line, break through the chain of people. If he can't, he's taken up by this team. If he does, he goes back to his team. And pretty much that's what kids do, back and forth and back and forth. And you can get knocked down. You can fall down. You're running into a kid who's bigger than you. Sometimes, even if it's 2 arms, you can fall down. It happens.
I remember playing that game.
It was okay. I didn't, I went home crying when I was a little kid because the big kids beat me up, but not because I lost at Bulldog or from Johnny on the Pony or from any of these other ridiculous games that were a lot of fun to play. I'm on a run. I'm on a run today. Can someone please check the score of the game? Actually, on a serious story, on a good news story. Associated Press from the federal authorities have nearly 1,700 arrested in child porn and abuse crackdown. What's going on? The Mets are winning. And that is from Washington. The Justice Department says nearly 1,700 people have been arrested following a 2-month crackdown aimed at targeting suspected child predators. Good. Get every last one of them. Tuesday's announcement caps the nationwide investigation conducted by federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies around the U.S. Every now and then that happens. Good. Don't know what you do with them, but good. Find an abandoned island, drop them in the middle of it, don't let them out. Let's see what else I can get here for a decent story, so whatever. Oh, by the way, I'm a happy guy. I saw the Mavericks the other night. I went Saturday to the Beacon Theater, and I saw the Mavericks. I won't say I could die now. I only said that one other time. One time only. That was the first time I saw ZZ Top. And that was about 10, 12 years ago. So, yeah, when I saw them, I said I could die now. The Mavericks I've seen repeatedly, so I had a great time. This is a band that never just phones it in, so to say. They're always good. They're always crisp. And they will be back in the New York area in Halloween to a couple of days in November at the Tarrytown Music Hall. It's 9:32. We need another song. Yeah. Which one? Which one do you think, Jay?
Whatever. I have Prince.
Oh, okay. That's a great one. That's actually a great one. That's not Prince, by the way. That's a Prince song. This was, again, Postmodern Jukebox, but it's not the whole band. This is pretty much turning one of his songs from Prince into a blues song. So with Scott Bradley on piano, this is Mickey Braden and Purple Rain.
I never wanted to cause you any problems. I never wanted to cause you any pain. I only wanted one time to see you laughing. I only want to see you laughing in the purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain, yeah. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain, yeah. Only want to see you laughing in the purple rain. I never wanted to be your weekend lover. No. And I told you, I only wanted to be some kind of friend. Baby, I could never leave you for another. It's such a shame our friendship had to end. Purple rain, purple rain, yeah. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. I only wanna see you, only wanna see you in the purple rain. Yeah. Times are changing, yeah. Oh, it's time we all reach down for something new. That means you too. You say you want a leader, but you can't make up your mind. Then you better close it and let me guide you to the purple rain. Purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. I only wanna see you, I only wanna see you in the purple rain.
That was Mickey Braden and post with Scott Bradley, and that was Purple Rain. I think she's a brilliant singer, and Scott Bradley does all his own arrangements on everything he does, and the man knows what he's doing. He really does. Anyway, so I enjoyed it. We'll have another song coming up in a second. Here's we were just talking here. I got this from the New York Post, but you can find it in a lot of places. New Yorkers are furious over sneaky credit card surcharges. Okay, New York City just got more expensive and almost no one noticed. I did. I noticed it immediately. Oh, by the way, thank you to the New York Post for now upping its price and charging $2 per daily issue and going from $1.25, even though the paper gets thinner and thinner. And yes, there you go. Okay, a long-running court battle that ended in January gives New York merchants the right to charge extra for credit card purchases as long as the pricing is clear. Instead, some businesses are slipping in sneaky fees or trumpeting non-existent cash discounts. Pay by cash and save, read one notice at Almar, an Italian restaurant in Dumbo. But the cash tab for portobello mushroom panini was $14.50. Exactly the price on the menu, with no discount. Paying with a credit card added 4% to the price. Okay. Many businesses say they need to charge extra to help pay for the 2 to 4% fees they must fork over to credit card companies, but the surcharges have gone down well at other establishments. Wonderful Meal, unfortunately, was ruined by a 4% credit card surcharge. One patron at Taverna Cyclades, okay, in Bayside. Who puts a K at it? Cyclades. Posted on Yelp earlier this month. There you go. They have a $4 technology fee for using a credit card. Oh, wow. This is, okay, it's ridiculous. There you go. Spanglish, what does it say? Spanglish quickly discontinued the surcharge and instead offered discounts off the menu prices for paying cash. All right. There's a reason why you can give discounts for paying cash, because we have enough credit card charges to cover your expenses, because you only need a certain amount to run every month. There's enough credit cards being used, all the cash becomes gravy. So what do they care? They're pocketing the cash.
Yeah, and then they're not claiming on their taxes and stuff.
That's the idea.
I once went into like one of these jewelry stores around on Broadway, and it was my first time, like my first New York year. So I'm used to paying my card everywhere, not paying with cash. And the guy, I bring out my card. It was like a $50 tab, and he's like, "Well, if you pay with cash, you don't have to pay tax."
Because he's not going to.
And I'm like, I'm going to pay with the card, and I want you to charge me tax because I want you to pay your taxes. I said it just like that, and he was just like, "Wait, what?"
There you go.
I'm like, "No, I'm not going to pay in cash, so you can not charge, you can not account for this, and then charge. Like, you're ripping off my government. What is this?" I was like upset with this.
Here's a good one. At Sal's Pizzeria on Court Street in Cobble Hill, Brooklyn, the pie or slice came with a stomach-churning 7% credit card surcharge that was not disclosed on the sign or the menu. The pizzeria does note there is a $1 cup usage fee for tap water. I like that one, though. And here's why. You got people who
Are thirsty and need water.
Well, I understand they're thirsty and need water. I understand. A cup, they could charge them a quarter. I don't mind, cover the cost of the cup. But
did you know in
of course
Arizona it's illegal to refuse water to someone who asks for it?
in Arizona.
In Arizona, yeah.
That's
Because it's
true.
hot out there.
Yeah.
You knew that?
Yes.
But
Should be everywhere.
I'm in an area where I go into this coffee shop every time, and they charge a lot for a bottle of water. But you got these people walking by groceries and street carts that clearly have water being sold. They come in, they stand around, they sit for a while, they don't order anything, and they ask for a cup of water. Even though there's bottles clearly sold, they want a cup of water for free. And that's another story. But the idea of jacking up the bill by 4%, when stores have credit cards, it all depends on how long they leave the money within Visa, American Express, or whoever you're talking about, and their bank. That the volume of money the transaction is, or the volume of money that you are producing, and the amount of time that you leave it in the bank dictates what your rate is, your monthly rate. So if you're going to pull the money in as you make it, then yeah, you may be paying 4%. If you're sitting there and leaving it in for a month or two because business is that good, and you're paying less but still charging 4%.
Okay. When you say bank, what do you mean? Whose bank? So like,
Well, you
say
could be in Chase, Citibank. Almost
Okay.
everybody has a credit card
Like
now.
a business bank.
Yeah, business.
yeah.
Well, American Express.
So like, if I have a business here and I need to charge $50, and I charge it today on the 1st, and I don't, you mean, and it comes into my
will-
bank
it will-
today, or you mean
if
in
you-
like the
no,
Visa
if you
cloud?
if you use your credit card today,
Mm-hmm.
your card will show the transaction. It goes into an account of the business. So like
Yeah,
we're on
no.
City World Radio. If I pay the month, if someone pays City World Radio by credit card,
Mm-hmm.
they get it shows on your credit
Right
card
away.
immediately.
But City World Radio has it in
has
their
the option
bank.
of whatever deal, whatever arrangement they have with the credit card company. Doesn't matter what bank they're working through, the Visa, MasterCard division, whatever it is. There's an arrangement they have for a time plan of how long the money will sit there, and that just depends whether it's a restaurant or
But
grocery.
when you say sit there, you mean sit there like as in like my
Don't-
company hasn't gotten it from Visa yet?
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that dictates because the banks also make it money. They make
Yeah,
their
so if they're
interest.
holding, it's kind of like with Venmo. If you give me money on Venmo, but I leave it in Venmo for a week, then Venmo has my money for a week, and I don't have it. So that's why Venmo is free, because they
Yeah.
want to be able to.
But that's what happens. Now when you have someone, now let's say you leave it there for a month, maybe whatever the deal is, and you're paying the minimal percentage. Let's say you're paying 2%. Let's say you're paying 2.5%, whatever it is, because you've left the money in the account that long before you request to have it transferred to your account. Now people can charge 4% to you because you're using your credit card. So they're not only making the profit on their product that they're selling you,
It's like a 1.5%. Like, how much is that really?
to you personally, nothing.
Yeah.
Depending, now where else are you getting it from? Let's say the busiest restaurant in the world. Let's say the biggest grocery store in your neighborhood, the real
But
grocery
is the
store.
busiest restaurant in the world going to be charging that 4%? Because if they're that busy, then they're going to. Do they charge
Oh,
it?
yeah.
I would think.
I
it's
won't
something
swear
that
that
not
every last
busy
place
places-
does it, but the local grocery by my house does, and they're plenty busy.
Yeah.
Because you're able to, you're allowed to. Why not? Most people don't look. I know. Now, they said clear marking. So the guy in the grocery on my corner, he put like a little 2x3 sign in red in front of his counter. That's all it is, 2x3. And I caught my eye because it's red. You want to be a little bit subtle about it, and no one should know. Never use the color red. But that's another story. So anyway, it's on the counter, 4%. And that's it. It's programmed into his cash register.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happens. That's how you're going to see people using their credit card.
I mean,
Generate-
but you're also assuming that these companies are leaving in that Visa Cloud or whatever. Like, most businesses take their money,
At various
Don't they?
times. Well, most places do. The people who are in worse shape take it faster.
Yeah.
The people who are in better shape leave it longer and they pay less. It's a range of rates that you pay. I mean, not everybody. Look, there are restaurants that go cash.
I feel like we shouldn't
free.
get mad at the business for this. We should get mad at Visa for charging this in the first place. Visa should charge a flat fee.
That's another story. And yeah, okay, let them charge a flat fee. But let's say they charge 3%. The
Okay.
state has okayed 4%. Now, I know I'm describing a little money by one person, but this is going to happen all over
Yeah.
the state. And this is going to generate millions. It's going to take millions from the general public using their credit card every day.
Yeah.
And you see people all the time. Chewing gum is a major purchase now because nobody wants to carry $1 in their pocket. And I don't mean kids who never No, I'm talking about guys my age who walk around, grown men, guys in their 50s who don't have $1 in their pocket. They want to know why they can't use their credit card in some places. So you don't have to take credit cards. You can run an all-cash business if you want, if you think you can get away with it. But it's just insane to me that that you can charge 4% on a fee for a service you do not provide if you're only paying 2.5%. 3%. You're allowed to charge 4%. And I know you're thinking it's not a lot, But I'm talking about everybody can do it. That's God knows how much money that's going to come out to. And to me, it's thieving. It's another way to screw the customer, which is what happens.
I mean, I guess there's a lot of other. I mean, business cost. I mean, it's 1%. There's a whole bunch of other business costs that goes in with running a business. Like, I feel like it's
Do you take a credit card in your business?
Venmo. That's it.
You don't take a credit card?
I take Venmo. So no. Yes, you can pay with a credit card on Venmo or PayPal. You can.
That's not a New York-based company. You busk, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
You can take credit cards if you wanted to, couldn't you?
I mean, I could, but I'm not going to.
You want to pay that 4%? You want to tell your customers you're going to collect 4%?
I don't really have customers. If I was
You know
if
what
I
I'm
was
saying.
busking and I accepted credit cards and somebody wanted to give me $1,
Well, that sounds a little
I would have
ridiculous, I
no
know.
problem with paying the 4%.
Well, listen, if you want to give someone
Like, that is not a big
Yeah,
deal. You
sure,
give me
okay,
$1,
so-
I'll
wait,
swipe it. I
so-
will eat
4%
that
of $1.
4% myself.
Well, yeah, but look what I'm saying. So when you pay someone else, you want to pay $1.04 because you want to give them $1?
Yeah, because I'm in donation business, so yeah, it doesn't matter. When people have change in their pocket, they apologize to me.
No, I understand. Well, I'm using
They
the
give me
wrong-
more than $1, and
obviously
they
I'm using the
apologize to
wrong
me for giving
example.
them change.
You somehow
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
you're stuck with it's not that much money.
Because it's not.
Okay, but I'm going to tell you, you're going to see those reports coming out down the road when all the money generated and all the stores that are robbing their customers blind because of this. And it's not like product gets better. They're just going to take your money.
I mean,
It's
we're already
not-
taxed, and we're taxed at a lower rate than my state, so I'm good.
I think sales tax, isn't sales tax like 9% here? But that's not the story.
Really?
It's high up. I think it went up.
I thought it was like 6 or something.
No,
Okay.
it's not 6. But I do have 6. Speaking of 6, I have 6 minutes.
Oh, but
to
y'all
go here.
y'all don't tax clothes, and there's a lot of things y'all don't tax at all.
We got another y'all.
I'm drinking.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, let it out.
Let it out, kiddo.
Yeah.
Huh?
Texas doesn't tax for a lot of things, but we tax for everything that you can
Do
buy.
you hear my Brooklyn accent, maybe?
I hear a little Russian in there.
Do
What
you
just
hear-
happened?
Do you hear my I have a Brooklyn accent. I'm just playing around.
I know that Brighton Beach, Coney Island.
Yeah, we got. I don't don yet for anybody. I'm not Russian, but yeah, I got a Brooklyn accent. Trust me, there's no y'all. I can't ride a horse. Put it that way. And you got the hat. I don't have the hat. Oh man, this is just really. I'm telling you, the world's going to shit. So anyway, well, I didn't get all my songs in, which is going to be okay. Oh, here it is, because I'm going to read this story quickly before I play the last song, because I can remember. Okay, because my parents are going to laugh, and anyone who's older than my parents is going to laugh. Matter of fact, I can laugh. And from, of course, the Associated Press. 3 million U.S. students don't have home internet. This is from Hartford, Connecticut. With no computer or internet at home, Reagan Bird's homework assignments presently a nightly challenge. How much can she get done by using just her smartphone?
Yeah,
Wow.
it depends on what kind of smartphone. She get an iPhone, she can do it all. I'm not even worried.
I assure you, this kid's got a $1,000 phone.
Yeah, and at school, but she could use computers.
Exactly.
Yeah,
On
You
the,
don't-
Definitely ways around it.
yeah.
Well, that's the thing. On the tiny screen, she switches between web pages for research projects, losing track of tabs, whether friends send messages.
That does
she
suck.
uses. Someone just buy this kid like a tablet and let her do
Yeah.
a thing. All I know is
Or just tell her to be at school more often.
my grandparents in the winter walked to school 3 miles
Yeah.
uphill in the snow on the ice to get to school. They didn't have money, so they ate the lint balls off their friends' coats for food. All right. I had to get off my couch to turn the screen to television by knob. God damn it! What is
Yeah.
it?
I mean, they were expecting us to have all of our papers typed and printed like 20 years ago when
Yeah.
computers weren't even as available as now. So
Back
like,
in
there's
floppy
no
disks.
excuses honestly now.
I had
Huh?
to use a bicycle
Yeah.
without a motor on it.
Okay,
Okay.
Okay.
When I was a kid, unlike you, youngin', I didn't have little apps and things to clip onto a guitar to tune. You had to actually listen for the note. You had. This is it. You had to act. This kid's gonna her
You got
homework.
you there.
Oh, yeah, well, I got. Her homework. She has to go. She has to go
I
find
know
the
how to tune
public
my guitar
place.
by ear.
She has to go find the public place where there's a Wi-Fi. Do what I do if my cable is
That's what
out.
everybody has to
I
do.
sit across the street by the free Wi-Fi on the ground, and I do what I got to do. And listen, tablets cost next to nothing because it's redundant technology. Get these kids tough. Anyway, it's 9:52. I'm going to leave y'all with a song.
Okay.
Adrian, thanks for helping out.
Sure.
And it was 9-6 last time I saw. Jade.
What's up?
Good talking to y'all. You hear?
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
come back next week now. You hear?
Okay.
Y'all behave.
I'm going to leave you with one song because last year actually, one of my favorite singers, Morgan James, covered the Beatles. She re-recorded the White Album. And one of the songs that I particularly like is the one that Ringo sang at the end. So I'm going to leave you all here. Talk to you next week. We're going to borrow a minute from the station since Jade's in charge and she's generous. And I'm going to leave you with Morgan James singing Good Night. Good night, all.
Now it's time to say good night, good night. Sleep tight. Now the sun turns out his light. Good night. Sleep tight. Dream sweet dreams for you. Dream sweet dreams for you. Close your eyes and I'll close mine. Good night. Sleep tight. Now the moon begins to shine. Good night. Sleep tight. Dream sweet dreams for you. Dream sweet dreams for you. Close your eyes and I'll close mine. Good night. Sleep tight. Now the sun turns out his light. Good night. Sleep tight. Dream sweet dreams for you. Dream sweet dreams for
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So